Once upon a time, there were two girls. Their names were both Kaya. They lived in the same home, slept in the same bed, often ate the same food. However, neither had ever met the other. This was because they existed in, as one sci-fi show put it, the same time and the same place, but in different dimensions. In one world, Kaya was not yet toilet trained, nor was she expected to be for at least 4 years. In the other, Kaya had been potty trained 12 years prior and hadn't seen a diaper since. However, one day, the two 14-year-olds unknowingly crossed paths. Both girls had bought and played a game in which they could create their own world. Without realizing it, each had recreated the other Kaya's dimension in their game. It was done on little more than a whim, picturing themselves and their brother living in such a world. Somehow, this act caused a very rare occurrence. When the two girls went to sleep, they awoke the next morning to discover that they had been placed in the world they thought they had created. Each girl spent a full day in the other's home, gradually discovering and learning about the place they were in. Each gradually came to believe the game had been the cause of the problem. But when they checked their computer, each found the settings were those of their home world. Since being taken out of diapers is somewhat less traumatic than being put back into them, the Kaya that had woken up potty-trained more easily recovered from the shock. In fact, the difference in the game hardly bothered her at all. She had come to enjoy the world she had wound up in. She had created the game world she had in a fit of jealousy towards her elder brother, who had begun what she wouldn't for some time, toilet training. In this dimension, she was on equal footing with her brother in that department. The Switch had also provided, for Kaya, another plus side. At her home, she had often felt smothered by her parents' constant attention. A direct result of their being the ones who changed her wet or dirty diapers. She often felt embarrassed about being stripped down and wiped off by other people on a regular basis. Here, however, that wasn't a problem. She was in charge of her own urination and bowel movements. She still couldn't believe it when she first felt her bladder signaling her of its need to drain. She may well have wet herself had she not connected it to feelings she often felt in the instant before using her diapers. Her parents, while still providing some attention and affection, left Kaya to her own devices for most of the day. Not being needed practically 24/7 to watch over their children and change their diapers left them more time to focus on their careers. Feeling a sense of joy at this place she was in, the Kaya in panties had, at first given opportunity, removed the world simulation game from her computer, which effectively closed the link between the two worlds. She had no idea she was stranding another person in her shoes. She wasn't even fully aware uninstalling the game would really affect anything. But it had, and now, in another dimension, a girl who had worn underpants until just 24 hours ago would not wear them again for 4 years.